Welcome back to episode 8 of the bonus stage. We're your hosts.
I'm Jeff Ford.
I'm Tom Higgins. And today we're actually going to be taking a look at Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the Nintendo DSi, Light and Fat. Bionic Commando's new multiplayer demo available for the 360 and PlayStation 3. And Jeff wanted to take a look at...
Yeah, the Pitt DLC for Fallout 3. It's been out for a while, but I said I was going to take a look at it and give you guys my opinion on it. So what better time than now, just before Broken Steel comes out. So.
Yep. And finally, we're going to talk briefly about Battlefield Heroes, a browser-based spin-off.
Secretly.
Yes, secret. Browser-based spin-off of the popular Battlefield 1942 series.
Very popular
So we're going to jump straight into it. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the Nintendo DS.
Shadow Dragon. Sounds ominous.
Sounds ominous, it does. Now, this is actually a remake of the first Fire Emblem game, way back on the Nintendo. Now, a lot of people are probably saying, like, Tom, Fire Emblem.
I thought it came out on the GBA.
Yeah, I thought it started there.
You're wrong.
Japan actually hates North America kind of deal.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
After that Pearl Harbor thing, where everyone get on good terms,
yeah,
right?
Bad
times.
Same deal with Advance Wars, because they're both from the same kind of series, I guess. They were never released until the Game Boy Advance, so a lot of people think that's where it starts, but it actually started way back on the NES. The game actually sticks pretty true to the previous Fire Emblem titles, and by that I mean it is pretty much the same damn game you've played every other time.
So slow and boring.
The rating
for me.
The rating. The gameplay is fun, but as Jeff likes to point out frequently, there is a lot of talking.
Yeah, it's like reading Metal Gear Solid. It's like
and it's not like Metal Gear Solid where they talk. You actually have to read it.
Yeah, you gotta read, and like you can skip it.
Talk.
You can skip it, right?
Yeah,
you can skip the cutscenes. Okay, so you can skip them,
button.
but you're gonna miss out on it. Like if you accidentally skip a cutscene in
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, and you're like, oh, what the hell am I doing in this place? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's exactly kind of what happens here too. So,
so it's a bit of a bummer on that note, but it's still a great game nonetheless. Title actually reveals the roots of the character Marth, which a lot of people know from Smash Brothers Melee and Brawl. No one really knows where he came from. He just kind of showed up in the games all of a sudden. Everyone's like, hey, this guy's cool. He's got a sword.
yeah.
So now you know where he comes from if you care.
I don't. I really don't.
Little facts about the game. The campaign is actually like a lengthy campaign. It's about 25 to 30 levels.
They put a lot of shit in that DS cartridge. Like it is packed to the brim.
The graphics are actually pretty good too. It's kind of like a pseudo 3D. Like it looks 3D.
Yeah, it's
for the fight scenes anyway.
It's like a 2D background that is like that's like 2D. Yeah, and then the character. And the thing is, like, I've seen videos of it and I've seen you playing it and stuff. So the characters kind of look odd and askew in terms to the background. They look too like in your face.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point. They're trying to bring them up to the front. They're the two characters.
They're in the foreground.
So,
but the battle animations are pretty cool, and most of the characters look pretty smooth.
They look 3D, but I can't quite tell. It's either a really well done 2D animation, or it's a cell shaded 3D animation. So I can't quite tell.
But it looks really nice. Like I gotta admit, it looks pretty nice.
Really sharp, crisp, especially on the bigger screen of the DSi.
Yeah, and the brighter screens. I mean, it's really crisp.
The game also supports things like the wireless multiplayer, and within the wireless multiplayer and Wi-Fi, you actually get support for the microphone during the game,
which
is a huge boost. And I don't think
I don't know of any other games that do that
aside from maybe Mario.
I actually can't even say. I wish I could, but I don't know if there's any other game that supports voice chat in the DS.
There's probably one or two, but I don't know of many. So that's kind of a huge boost. Nintendo's actually, putting a microphone to use.
Yeah, I mean, if you're one, like, obviously you're not gonna not for local, but for online multiplayer where you are not in the vicinity of the person you're playing with, that is when you use the. And I'm like, have you used it? How is it implemented into the? Like, is it just every time you talk it senses your voice, or
just the way we have the internet set up here? I can't actually get on to play games over the net. The net. So I don't know how it is. I imagine it would be pretty good.
Let's hope anyway.
There's a built-in microphone, but there's also, for those of you who have them or don't know about them, there's also a bit of an attachment you can buy that's a little microphone headset.
Oh yeah, the wireless headset.
So you can get that, so you're not sitting there like screaming into your DS.
But I don't think you'd have to be that far away. It's pretty responsive in picking up sound, right?
But,
so
depending on where you are, it might not be the best thing. So there is a headset update too, so that way the kids talking isn't going to cut into the game. So that's a huge plus. And one of the things that Jeff would actually really like about the game is there's also an ability to loan units out to players.
Yeah, he was telling me about this, and that's actually pretty cool because I don't like the grinding of the levels and stuff. So, I mean, not theoretically, you could send me one of your high-level badass characters, and I could just trailblaze through, a quarter or half of the game until it really starts to become a challenge, which I find to be kick-ass. And then I'd never give you back your character.
Actually, I think once I disconnect, I think you
shit.
have him until you're done, but
that sucks.
I keep him. So.
I think I would just like keep your character and never get it back to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I guess those dreams are now shattered.
You also have the ability to class change your characters, which is a huge boost, because anyone who's played Fire Emblem in the past, losing a character is a big deal, because these characters are unique and individual completely. Like, they are each their own peg of the storyline. They hold up their own little section of it.
Especially if you lose one of those healer characters, right? You're
healers.
fucked.
There's 2 classes of healers now, which kind of, I don't see the point to it, but there's 2 classes. But, when one of your healers dies, that's a huge, support section of your character.
Yeah, you're in some trouble.
Like, now your characters have to fight and heal themselves instead of just fight and worrying about the little guy in the background healing them.
Yeah.
So, when you lose that guy, you don't have to, turn the game off, restart, and go back into it. You've got this guy who's now going to actually, if you have an archer that you don't use or something, or any class, you can class change him into the appropriate one and get it done. So that way you can just keep, like, seamlessly playing through. You don't have to stop, restart every time you lose a specific character.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually pretty cool because, I mean, there have been times when I played the old Fire Emblem when it's like I lose a character and it's like, oh, shit. Yeah. I really liked that character,
like
and now they're gone.
I was a perfectionist when I started. Like, I refused to lose characters.
So you just go back, and then you ended up playing like a 40-minute battle from square one, which is really disheartening.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a very good feature to see in it. So Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, pick it up, check it out for the Nintendo DS. It's a great game. Jeff hasn't tried it. He doesn't like Fire Emblem.
I don't think I will. It's too rigid.
It's too wordy.
It is too wordy.
Jeff doesn't like words.
I read books, but
books.
Reading games, I mean,
it's a game. It's not a book.
They should have some voice. I know it's hard to put voice acting on the the DS cartridges, and with all the game content on here anyway, it's probably like just packed.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to read a shitload anymore. Yeah. I think we should be getting past this with DS games and stuff. So I'm gonna pass, but I think there are a lot of people out there who,
this
like
game is in a series all its own. I mean, it
would just love this game.
It just stands out amongst all the games. So it's a great series. Check it out. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the Nintendo DS came out not too long ago. Check it out. Pick it up. Let's see if you like it.
And here's something actually pretty exciting: is the Bionic Commando. Now we both love the original Bionic Commando for the NES.
Nice.
And I think it's in the cupboard over there. But we both loved Bionic Commando Rearmed. Like, it was so good.
And they're both the same game. One's just a modern remake of the original, because Bionic Commando, a new retail version, it's a sequel to the original.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon, so it was a bit
of
a cash in on the old series, and also a bit of a hype, because it comes with a special code in the game, which will probably be found on the internet already.
Oh yeah.
Probably the day it came out. It's filling 2 roles. It's building up one game and making you reminisce about another. So it's a really good game.
It was really cool. But this is the console version.
This is the next gen version.
A graphics powerhouse.
It is,
and it is pretty damn fun.
Oh,
it is super fun.
It's only the multiplayer, unfortunately, but the multiplayer is probably going to be a huge part of the game for a good while.
Yeah, he's already addicted to it. Like, he can't stop playing it.
I'm trying not to play it so I don't spoil it for me, but I keep playing it. But it's just great. It's similar to Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, where you're swinging through the location, fighting. The only difference is you have guns.
Yeah. A decent amount of guns. There's a big shotgun, there's a grenade launcher, there's your handgun that you start out with, and there's a big friggin' machine gun and a sniper rifle. Yeah. And then you get your melee attacks, which are like really heavy-ass, like punch.
Crime, so you might as well beat the crap out of someone with
it. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And the swing action, once you get it like going, it's kind of a little bit difficult to
do some pretty cool moves. Like Jeff's seen me play a few times, and I can actually hold my own pretty well, and I can actually top the charts in most of my games.
Yeah, I cannot. But I didn't really have much patience with it because I was still playing Fallout. But it's like, once you get swinging, and it's actually really a lot of fun, and it's just like addictive.
And once you get into the swing of things, it's actually really well.